Horses, we found over time, are the safest, most peaceful way to deal with large groups of people. When I say deal with large groups of people, I mean interact with on all sorts of levels. We get, in the city of Toronto, we get large groups of people gathering for any number of reasons. Those could be celebrations or parties, festivals, but they could also be times when people have come together to raise their voice in support of or in protest to any number of things happening within our community and around the world. And at those times, for whatever reason people have gotten together, when you get large groups of people together, you often run into situations where safety can become an issue. So what we found is that a horse and rider, that team of one horse, one rider, when they show up to these demonstrations, be it one of them or a group of them, they equal, that one pairing equals as many as 10 officers on foot in terms of the job that they're able to do and the ease with which they're able to do it. When we arrive at a scene, if we have a crowd of 100, 200, even 1,000 people, if I arrive on foot, and I walk up and stand in front of that group of people, doesn't matter how many of officers on foot there are, if we're standing here looking at these people, all we're seeing is the faces of the people in the front, first, second, maybe third person back in that group. And that's all, those are the only people we can communicate with. You show up on the back of a horse, the very first thing you get, first of all, is people's attention. It's hard to miss an officer riding up on a horse. And people see the horses, they're enthralled by the horses, the majesty of the horses, the animals themselves, let alone their size, just the mere mystique of the horses arriving gets people's attention. And we take full advantage of that. We're not shy about it. That's why, one of the reasons we use them, and we take every opportunity to make use of that effect that they have. So that's one part of it. People respect the size of the horse. If the horse walks towards them, there's a good chance they don't want to be in the way of that horse and they'll move. But before we even get to that sort of thing, to actually using horses, approaching a crowd, we take advantage of the fact that sitting up there on Monty's back, Amanda, her eye line is somewhere between 8 and 9 feet off the ground. She can now see 10, 20, 30, she can see right to the back of a crowd of 1,000 people. And she can potentially make eye contact and communicate with people as far back as 30, 40 feet away from her.